Hey, what's up, guys? Star Brother here. Welcome to the next live stream. This is the first live stream since the 100 subscriber special that was done 2 weeks ago. I kind of took a small hiatus off the channel to get myself a break from the channel, but we are back. And in today's stream, we'll be on for about an hour, like usual. In today's stream, this will basically be a Star Wars or Star Trek discussion. Hello, Nilla Gamer, welcome. This will be a discussion on some things that have been going on in the Star Wars and Star Trek universe. Hello, Piggity Poppin', welcome to the stream. This will be mainly just a discussion that's been going on in Star Wars or Star Trek. I have heard of a new live action thing called Mandalorian. So we will be discussing a bit about what's going on with that, and mainly just some Star Trek stuff that's been going on. So without any further ado, let's begin with our first discussion of the day and first topic: the new Star Wars series, Mandalorian. All right, so here we go. We got the Mandalorian TV show. So here we have is the Mandalorian TV show is supposed to be a it's supposed to be a Jango Fett prequel. This is supposed to be what Jango Fett did before the events of Episode 2. It's set to launch in maybe in a later, if you guys want to. Maybe not this stream, Nilla, but we can discuss something else. Maybe later. I don't know. So, Mandalorian is supposed to be a TV series that follows the adventures of Jango Fett before being basically, it's supposed to show what Jango Fett did before the events of Episode 2. All right. So, another thing that's been going on in the realm of Star Trek, mainly in the fan area, is a fan production called The Romulan War. Now, later in this stream, we will be talking about what happened with Stage 9, and I will get into more of that later. Feel free to also discuss what we're talking about in the chat. So, So what's been going on recently in Star Trek is a new fan production called The Romulan War. It's supposed to take place in the era of right before the United Federation is created. It's basically supposed to follow the United Coalition of Planets and their fight against the Romulans. This is a fan production. Hopefully it won't get shut down like other fan productions, which we will get into later into the stream. One of the main things we'll be talking about today is my opinion on fan productions. And so that will be something we would discuss in-depthly later on. So, The Romulan War is a Star Trek fan film production which documents the plight of humanity as it faces the extinction at the hands of the Romulan Empire in the 22nd century. So, this is supposed to be a all-in. It's supposed to feature just like it's what call other fan production Axanar. It's supposed to release a fan production exclusive ship like Axanar had the Ares class. I believe the Romulan War is called the Yorktown class. But so yeah, so some of the next thing we'll be discussing is what we'll be discussing now is what happened with Stage 9. Now, as many Star Trek fans know, there was a production company called Stage 9. Now, Stage 9 was a company that is used for virtual reality. They were forced to shut down a production of theirs. They had recently created a VR of the Enterprise D bridge. They had done a reproduction of the bridge of the entire Enterprise D. Well, CBS came in there with copyright claims, and they were forced to shut down. Because of that, no one is able to view it. The only evidence we have is of YouTube videos that have been created, and there's no telling how longer they'll be up before they get copyright claim. Now, this comes into our main discussion of this video, and I would like anybody in the chat to talk about this as well. My opinion on fan production. First of all, I want to say that this is starting to get a bit ridiculous. The problem I'm having is that this isn't the first time CBS has come in and shut down a fan production. The one I can think about off the top of my head is Axanar. It was a Star Trek fan production, which I briefly mentioned earlier, and it was shut down due to CBS copyright claiming it. And because of that, the only evidence of Axanar it has left is a 21-minute prelude called Prelude to Axanar, which takes the form of a documentary. But other than that, it was forced to shut down. Reason being was that the Axanar production had an actor who premiered in Star Trek, and because he premiered in Star Trek, he was not allowed to participate. So because of that, they shut it down. Now I bring Axanar up because with Axanar being shut down and Stage 9 being shut down, how much longer until they get to the Romulan War? And what upsets me the most is the fact that CBS is doing this to everybody. No one is safe. If you have the name Star Trek in it, you're probably going to be shut down. So, and it's just a bit annoying for everybody because everyone's been looking forward to these. This was a non-profit. They raised all the funding themselves. No profit was made, and they still shut it down. They shut Axanar down because they had done a GoFundMe page, and to raise those funds, they concluded that those funds were improperly of CBS because it was called Star Trek Axanar. So they shut it down. in basic. So I get to this because the problem we're gonna have is that it's getting to the point where CBS is getting a bit out of hand. They're shutting down everything just because they have the name Star. I know CBS has the rights to Star Trek. I'm not denying that. Welcome to the stream, Krabby Llama. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, what I'm trying to make the point is that CBS shouldn't be shutting all these down just because they have the name Star Trek. It's just productions by fans for fans. And what is the problem with that? Why should we have to abide? Why should we have to shut everything down just because a couple of executives doesn't like what we're doing? And that's just what bothers me. But now that we got some of the big things out of the way, is there any is there any topics you would like me to discuss? Or we can even go into what this channel, what we originally did. Is there any ships you would like me to discuss? We got out what we needed to do with the discussion, so. So, is there anything you would like me to discuss regarding things that have been going on with Star Wars or Star Trek? Yes, Krabby Llama. CBS are being pickies. They are picky, and they always have been. When they shut down Axanar, the first time was that of them being so picky was when they shut down Axanar. I mean, Axanar was a non-profit. If you guys haven't seen Axanar, then I would highly recommend you go see Prelude to Axanar. It is a fantastic production. It was all done by the fans. No Star Trek executives were used. There was an actor who played in Star Trek. He played a Vulcan. And that was the basis on why they shut it down, because they didn't want basically they then hit Axanar with a new set of rules. And one of these rules was that anyone who had any screen time in Star Trek could not appear in a fan production. So that means that this Vulcan character was not allowed to be in this anymore, and that was one of their main characters. So that's just one of the reasons that they're being so picky. But like I said, if you guys have any other discussions, we will talk about them. Any ships you want me to do, I will gladly do.
Elizabeth, you better shoot. Are you ever going to shoot? Yeah, you're dead because you won't shoot your gun. No. Elizabeth, you didn't kill anybody. You didn't even shoot your gun.
So yeah, that's all the discussion we have. So let's get into the nitty-gritty of other things. Is there any ships anyone would like me to do? Any characters from Star Trek you would like, Star Wars or Star Trek, or just in general, anything you guys would like me to discuss? Because we're changing the channel up a bit. It's not going to be a purely ship thing. It's going to be all things Star Wars and Star Trek. So we're not only going to limit it to spaceships, we're going to limit it to, we're also going to expand to ground vehicles, characters, weapons, anything from Star Wars or Star Trek you would like me to discuss, we will gladly do. So So, yeah. Sorry for the inactiveness, guys. Like I said, I took a little hiatus from the channel to reorganize myself, get some information going, and so yeah. So
What's over the air button?
If you had like in half, that's just perfect.
alrighty, guys, we're gonna end this stream here. Obviously, there's not a lot of interest today, which is understandable. I mean, we have been away for 2 weeks, and all that. So we're gonna call the stream here today, and so yeah. Make sure you guys go like the Discord, join the Discord, follow me on Twitter, like the Facebook page and all that. So have a great day, guys.